Hey guys, it's IQ0 and I'm finally back making more educational content. This time, I present to you the best track you can fly to improve at drone racing in the most efficient manner possible. I call it the figure 8 spiral. It's two poles set up like a regular figure 8, but instead of doing 180 turns around each pole, you do a 540 degree turn instead. On the surface, this looks like a nice short track to practice left and right spirals, but it's much, much more than just that. In fact, I'm going to stake my reputation as an FPV coach on this one statement, and in essence, the remainder of the video will simply be explaining how I came to such a bold conclusion. The statement is that being good at this figure 8 spiral track is equivalent to being good at all tracks. This does not mean that I think dedicated element practice is inherently a waste of time. Instead, what I'm trying to say is that every pilot's proficiency on a given element is broken down into two parts. You have what I like to call control, which is pretty much just how well you can match up what you want the drone to do and what you get the drone to do. And then you have a little bit of element-specific knowledge and skill that you tack on top of this fundamental level of control. In my opinion, the control part of this equation is much more important to develop, as I'd say it contributes 80+% of your actual speed on a track, and is universally applicable to every track you will ever fly. A great example of this that I've experienced is in DCL simulator races, where it is not uncommon to find crazy, unrealistic elements that no one has ever flown before, but yet all the pilots manage to get the hang of it in a matter of minutes. This is not because they have hours of practice on those specific elements. It is because they have a general sense of good lines and the control to put the drone exactly where they want it, when they want it. The figure 8 spiral is perfect for developing this control, as it's a short track that focuses evenly on your left and right turns, while having a super low skill floor and an extremely high skill ceiling. I'd say it is a direct test of your ability to put the drone in a specific place while fighting inertia and making fast, smooth corrections to keep the drone on its desired path. And ultimately, if this isn't the definition of control, I don't know what is. I can also guarantee that practice on this track will translate better to real life than any other track you've flown in Velocidrone. The reason comes down to the scale-insensitive nature of a track comprised of only two poles. While everyone else is arguing about what gate size in Velocidrone feels the most accurate to real life, this track will never need to worry about that, because with only two poles, it is impossible for the scale to ever feel wrong. Ultimately, this is because a vertical pole with a sufficient height doesn't have any dimension that you could meaningfully scale incorrectly. Okay, so that's enough justification for now, but just as context, for the last few years, any time I've ever needed to warm up extremely fast, this has always been the track that I've gone to instead of anything else. In many ways, it is the only reason I've been able to fly semi-competitively at races where I did not get as much time to practice beforehand as I would have liked. Now, it's time for all of you guys to give the track a shot and see if it helps your flying as much as it has helped mine.